If you follow my channel on a regular basis, you'll know I live off-grid. So to get gas to our house, instead of coming off the national grid, we have an LPG tank supplied to us by Cala. But there's rules and regulations we need to follow for having our tank looked after and filled up by Cala. And I guess there's every chance this installation is not complying with the regulations. And there's every chance Cala, when they come to re-top our tank up, might not bother filling it up. Now this fence and the bushes need to be more than 1 metre away from the bulk storage tank, and as you can clearly see, neither of them are. So it turns out it isn't legal at all. So we better get on with it and make it legal. Now the major problem with the installation of the LPG tank is it's surrounded by these bushes, but I'll deal with those later. Another problem we've got is this fence is leaning backwards and falling out of the ground, so it needs a refurb and installing correctly and in the correct location. So now the gate's removed, I can remove this post, and what I find out is they're just basically hammered into the ground. There's nothing holding them in. So that is why this fence is falling down. So the plan is I'm going to remove the fence. My wife is then going to paint it all or paint the harder to reach sections, and then I'm going to concrete the posts into the ground. So let's get on removing this fence. Well, that didn't take long, did it, to take that down? So that's the fence down very, very easily. Now time for some digging. Now everything's clear, it's time to mark out exactly where the fence is being moved to. Now just using this roof batten, I'm trying to lay out where I want this fence to go. Now I've laid out where I want the fence to go, I've actually marked on the wood where I need the post to go, measuring basically how wide the lattice fence is. Now I've done that, I have staked out where the holes need to go because I'm removing the wood, and then just digging some little starting holes. So I'm going to start here on the left hand side and then work my way across the garden. What I'm going to use is these stakes, which are specially designed for these 3x3 posts. But the problem I've got is I don't know where the gas pipe from the LPG tank goes or any other water pipes. So I'm going to dig the holes first and then knock in the stakes and then fill them in with concrete. So that's the first one knocked into the ground, making sure it's level in both directions so the post will be vertical and straight. Now that's the first 2 posts and the first part of the lattice fence fixed. I'm just using this roof lat to keep it in position for me, keep it straight, because I'm going to be using some post fix to concrete these posts in. Now I'm also using the roof lat to give me a straight edge to be able to keep the fence in line. I'm fixing one at the top and one at the bottom. So the fence ends up going in pretty damn easy and pretty straight, as you can see here. To fix these posts into the ground, I'm using Blue Circle Postcrete. Now Postcrete is a rapid setting blended mixture of cement, silicates and hardeners. It is durable and ready to use. There is no mixing required, and you can use it on wooden, concrete and metal fence posts. All you have to do is fill the hole with water to about 1/3 full and make sure it stays there for a few minutes and doesn't seep away into the ground. Then you fill the hole with the actual mixture all the way up to the top. Now you can half fill the hole and let it go off a little bit, checking your levels, but because I've fixed the posts already, I don't need to check the levels while I'm doing this. Once you have filled the hole with the mixture, you can then kind of tamp it down and level it out a bit. I'm just using a trowel here and pulling out some weeds and stuff while I'm doing it. Then once you have got it to where you want it, you then get your water again and soak it right the way through. I'm now just going to use my level and check and make sure this one has stayed plumb. Once I'm happy with that, I can move on to the other 6. Now my wife has completed painting the fence. The job is complete. So, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you on the next one. Cheers.